Well, hello, and welcome back, or welcome to Pizza's Podcast, Season 3, Episode 7. I hope everyone is well today. Everyone is cozy. Everybody is snuggled up with their blankie and their kitty and their drink. I hope that they're having the best weekend ever, and I hope at least you have some pizza or pizza-like product near you. Because today, our guest is super chill, super smart, and super fabulous. He's very smooth talking. I don't think I've ever seen him get upset at a game at any of the streams I've been in. He has a great community, and he has a buttery voice. So, shall I bring him on? He is the great Rowadon. Let us pick his brain. Let us find out more about Ro. Yes. Hi, Ro. Are you still there?
Hi, Lizzie.
There? Oh, he's very bassy. Yes. Welcome to my podcast. How are you today?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm okay. The rain has returned to our land. We had like one day of sunlight, and now we're back to being mushrooms. So.
I mean, you're not wrong. I woke up and there was a massive downpour over here.
Yeah, it's I don't know what it is with the PA Pittsburgh area, but it's either perpetually covered in fog or it's always raining. So when we see the sun, it's like you're like a vampire. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. Thank you so much for being on my podcast today. I appreciate it. I know you were a very busy person, and I love your face so much. So.
No, I love you, and thank you for inviting me.
He's amazing. He's amazing. Chat, go follow him. His link is up at the beginning of the stream. So let us get started. We're gonna ask the hardest question first. Tell me a little bit about yourself, whether as much or as little as you want. Okay? Hobbies, stuff like that.
Okay. So first things first, I'm in med school. I'm currently didn't really know where I was going to end up in the medical field, but I do want to end up working in neurology. And then more often than not, I want to end up with potentially. I'm going to be doing special, like as a specialty. It's going to be like neurological occupational therapy. Is I think where I'm going to end up. And that was a passion that I found out recently. Aside from that, hobbies, there's streaming. A part that you guys don't know about me would be photography and hiking.
Hiking. An outdoorsy type of person, eh?
Yes, which is surprising considering where I live, because I'm down in South Florida, Southeast Florida, so there's really not much down here as far as hiking goes.
Battling the
but
gators,
I get to actually exactly. But you know what? I actually get to hike around in one of the most majestic places I've ever had the privilege of hiking around.
Yeah.
As funny as that sounds, because that place also happens to be the Everglades.
Yeah, I Florida is just way too hot for me. Anything over like 70 is bothersome. Yeah, but that's pretty cool. I wouldn't have expected. Well, most gamers, I'm not saying that all gamers, but most gamers are kind of the indoorsy, I'm going to open the window when it's nice kind of people. That's me. But some people actually get out there and do things, and you're one of those rare few. So good on you. Go out and pet some grass.
I should show you some of the pictures I've taken.
I love photography and stuff like that.
You would be surprised to find out that that's what the Everglades actually look like when you see them.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say something, but my brain just went. So, you said hiking, and what was the other one you said you did?
Photography.
Photography. Do you have a super special camera for that? A lot of photographers use either like an old school antique type of camera, like old school grain filters and things like that.
So I do have a DSLR that I've had for many years. I don't often bring it with me because it's kind of bulky to, walk around hiking and take pictures with it.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've been doing lately is I've been using literally my phone, um, and then I just put it in pro mode, and then that's what I use to take the pictures.
Yeah, phone
And it
cameras are really
works.
nice.
It really works. It works really good. Like the new, for those of you that have like the new iPhone or maybe one of the new Galaxies, like the Pro mode is really nice.
I like photography, especially black and white. Those are my favorite. I don't know why. I just really like the feel and the texture of them.
They're very serene.
Yes, very
Like the
nice.
black and white pictures are very serene.
I do. Another streamer I interviewed, she does one of those old antique Polaroid cameras, and she takes really nice black and white photos. So I was like, please post more pictures. So if you've got pictures, Ro, just flood my Discord with them because I love looking at pictures because I don't go anywhere, so I live vicariously through other people. I don't know whether that's lazy or just not having enough fun. Sorry, what were you going to say?
Oh, I can do. I'll flood your Discord.
Yeah, flood my Discord. Big mood, yes. Big mood, Tabby. All right, so we're going to get into the streaming stuff. How long have you been a streamer?
2 years.
Just 2 years.
2 years. I started 2021 around April. And then I got my affiliate like 2 to 3 weeks after I started actually streaming.
Nice.
So recently, I would say within the last week, it was literally my second year anniversary of streaming and affiliation.
Very cool. What made you want to start streaming?
Initially, it's always been, it's funny how it starts, right? Like everybody generally has like this, I would say, I feel like it's a shared consensus.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have like this whole like, oh, this is really cool. Look at these people making these videos and playing games, and like they're making money, and you go into it thinking, oh, I want to make money playing games too, and but then like that consensus, I would say, shifts around to something else. Like no, I want to just build a really awesome community, or I want to use my platform for charity, or I want to do something else. For me, it's always been like, honestly, it's never really been about the money. I didn't really even know what the community was till after I spent some time on Twitch just looking around and understanding. But for me, I just want to play games, like and just have good, like, fun conversations with people. Like, that's really what it is.
A lot of people start out as like, oh, I want to be a big streamer. No, you don't. You don't want all of those people in your chat. Seriously, you don't. So yeah, you wanna meet people and have fun with those people and play games with them. It's like having a bunch of people in your basement you can sit and talk about your games with. You know what I mean? Back in the old days, you sit and it's like, let's play games together until our eyes bleed. So that's what basically Twitch is for me.
In a way, it kind of is. It's like when you have like 6 friends over and you were like up all night and doing stuff, but in this case, it's more virtual, right?
Yes, definitely. Except I can't stay up all night anymore, but I still try.
That makes 2 of us.
Yes. Apparently 9 p.m. is when my brain's like, nope, you've had enough. Although 5 a.m. is when I wake up. So I guess the older you get, the more that shifts with your brain. It's like morning okay, evening not okay. But if I'm awake past like 9:30, I've had way too much caffeine. So, what's with the Rowadon name? What's the story behind it? Every streamer has a reason why they picked the channel name and the community name that they did. What's behind the little drawing and your name and the whole theme of your stream?
The Rowadon name.
Yes.
Man, that goes way back. That goes way back. Okay, so way back in high school, I've always been horrible at picking a name, okay? I'm one of those people who it's like, all right, I'm in this MMORPG and I'm gonna make a warrior, and I end up calling him like Blade of Death or some silly name like that. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Um but I go into D&D, right?
Mm.
And when it comes down to D&D, I start coming up with really cool names out of the blue. Okay, so like in D&D, I end up starting, exactly, like Jack says, Ninja Slayer 69. Like I end up with the silliest names of naming convention ever. Sometimes I end up hitting the generate name button like 150 times to see if it lands on something good.
I do that.
But I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons. I'm in like 10th grade, and out of the blue, I just start coming up with like it pops into my head, Rowadon. I'm like, what the hell's a Rowadon? And like it just, I don't even know where the name came from. It just happens to be. So I make my character, and I've always made my character the same way. He's been created multiple times, but he's always been the same thing. He's a half orc fighter, and the dream of Rowadon was to like make his name in like, I don't know, like join like some sort of like arena, become the number one gladiator fighter of that arena, and then make a lot of money, and then retire and make a tavern for fellow adventurers. So that's the whole concept behind the Rowadon name. It's so I'm a half orc, or I'm a fighter who owns a tavern for people to come in and grab a drink.
Well, I mean, if you played any sort of D&D campaign, which I've played dozens when I was in college, and every story usually starts either you're a prisoner, you're in the middle of war, or you're in a tavern. So it's like, okay, it makes sense. It really makes sense. I love the D&D and tabletop and things like that. I started out with vampire, however, not D&D, but I got into D&D, and there's nothing better than smashing things with a big hammer. You know what I mean? Great.
I agree. I agree. I've had crazy adventures. Like at one point, I picked up a basilisk, and I had a basilisk on my back, pinned down. And then I walked around with a basilisk like face over my shoulder, so that its gaze could petrify all the enemies in my path.
I love that. It's so good. It's just you can have one heck of a time. My party always seemed to have trouble with gelatinous cubes, and they always ate one of our players. Always. It was my husband, actually, that he always seemed to fumble into it and almost get digested. So he has trouble with them. So. But I love that. I love that backstory. So when you picked that for your stream, did you think that you were going to be doing mostly RPGs or just random things?
That's the hard part for me, right? So I love RPGs, World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy, Golden Sun. Like I love RPGs, right? Even like the new Zelda, which is more like adventure RPGs, but like I love them. But I've always wanted to never get tied down to just a specific category of game, because I like exploring new games. And the one category that is probably on my top, is in a way an RPG. But no, like I wouldn't say no that the whole Dungeons and Dragon Tavern thing has something to do. Like it doesn't define my game genre.
Okay. Well, I mean, everybody usually starts out, okay, I want to be a variety streamer. But some people go out there and pick their category. Like some people's like variety, I do mostly this, or I do mostly that. Then you've got those real hardball people that only play one game, and they just somehow manage to stream for years on the same game, which I applaud. Amazingly applaud. Like the last person on the podcast, he only plays Skyrim, mostly Skyrim, like 90% Skyrim. And he's been doing this for years. It's like, bro. Well, luckily he picked a game that has so many side quests that it's like, yo, dude, yo. Okay, so you can just bounce off all the side quests. And I swear to God, he has over 2,000 hours. It's like, you crazy. But I understand. But most people start out with the, I'm going to be a variety streamer. Some people go this way, that way. Other people go, yeah, I play what I want to play. And I kind of see that you fit into that category, Ro. You play everything. You play Power Washer. You play GTFO. You play Resident Evil. You play all kinds of weird things on your channel, and you just go with it. You flow, man. Probably one of the things I love about your channel. You're so freaking chill. I've never seen you up in arms like, I died this many times. Rah, rah, rah. It's probably because you played GTFOs that you don't care anymore because you're used to death.
Oh, I would say that that's part of it. That is definitely part of it. The other part of it is the, I mean, when you play Souls games, you get used to death.
You're a Souls player. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, that makes more sense now. Dark Souls players understand the fact that when they start this game, that they're going to die a lot. I mean, not just a lot, I mean a lot. So you get used to it and you don't get frustrated. So it makes sense. Makes lots of sense. So do you see, I'm going to skip ahead a couple of questions here. Do you see yourself doing a D&D stream ever? Like have a group together and like have an actual game on stream?
So you say that, and it's curious because it is an idea that I had. If I can find a group of people to do like a once a week D&D community stream, right? I wouldn't mind doing it. I mean, I have all the books. I have access to a lot of material that we can work with to build characters and whatnot. So I think it'll be really cool. As a community night.
Well, if you ever do that, you know I will always volunteer. I am a super nerd. So well, yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Honestly, if doing a D&D night with you, Lizzie, and you know anybody else from our communities that would want to join. I know Vic likes D&D. I know
of course,
Tabby
but
hasn't
Vic would. But yeah, I think that would be fun because, you know, I mean, all of us together, all of our chaoticness and chillness together. Oh, what a bomb we would make. But anyway, we're off a little bit off subject there, but I was like, I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to be in a stream or stream myself a D&D session because I think that would be cool. There's an entire category for that on Twitch, and I was like, I haven't tried that yet. So I think that would be cool, especially with someone as awesome as you. That would be great. Yes.
I think that would be the most chaotic D&D sessions you would ever be a part of.
Right. I like chaos, though, obviously. If you guys, and if they've seen my channel, you understand that I like chaos and will never stop. All right. What would you say you enjoy most about streaming, Ro?
So, what I've enjoyed most about streaming has really been the interactions with the community. I think, like, it's in a weird way, and I said this before, like, everybody I know, usually they have what I like to call, like, a social battery, right? So, you have a battery that drains based on the amount of social interactions you have with people. And then you can only do social interactions for X amount of time, right? For me, it works opposite. It's like my battery is drained until I stream.
Oh.
And then that interactions with people, like, charges up my battery. So like, and I think that's part of why I can go for like really long streams, like 10, 12 hours and not feel completely drained afterwards. Because I love being able to talk to people, and you know, the usual trolling that comes with it. They troll me, I troll them. We listen to like fun music, have some good vibes. At some point I do something crazy in the game and they tell me I'm like amazing at the game, and I'm like, it's luck. It's luck. It runs out. And that's my favorite part.
I have to agree with you there, because normally you wouldn't meet people that you would, if you're not. Like, I know people across the world now, people in Portugal and Netherlands and Brazil, for Christ's sake. It's like, I would never have met them if I wasn't say persuaded, I should say, like aggressively persuaded to stream. And I met you, Ro. I met you through Miss Tabby, the wonderful Tabby. She rated you, and I was like, yo, this guy is totally has a butter voice. I must listen to him more. I love it. I love it. I just love your vibe and the chillness of your chat, you know? Because usually it's like me, I'm all hype. I'm like a chihuahua on like pixie sticks most of the time. So I'm like, go. And then I go into a chill chat and I'm like, I'm going to just deflate in the chair. That's what your channel does for me most of the time. It's like, yes, I need to go into a channel now and deflate after a bad day at work or after a hard stream. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I love your channel.
So does that mean I should talk like this now, or should I revert back to my normal
ASMR streaming it?
I need some guidance here, guys.
You need some guidance. You should do that. You should do a challenge, bro, to do an entire stream in that voice. I will be in there throwing channel points at you because I just think that's awesome. But yeah, like what I said, meeting all of the people is an amazing part. I also like the creativity that comes with it, that you can kind of, you're the captain of the ship. You do all kinds of weird things and add weird things to your channel, and your mods troll you, and you just all the friends you can make. Happy little family. Oh god, there's a bug on my desk. Hang on. I'm about to scream. Get off of my desk! Alright. It's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. It wasn't a spider. If it was a spider, you guys would hear me across the world. Okay. So you would say you're a variety streamer. That would be your theme, correct? You don't have, besides having the RPG, the adorable freaking icon, but you would say that you're just a variety streamer because you recently played Resident Evil, and no, folks, I promise you I will not go off on Resident Evil this stream. But I will ask you how you liked it.
I loved Resident Evil 4. In the best way I can describe my experience with Resident Evil 4, I think they did a phenomenal job in it, and they made something familiar feel brand new again. Is how I felt playing the game. Very similar to the experience of the remake of Dead Space.
Yes.
It felt like very extremely familiar, but at the same time it felt extremely new because there was like little changes here and there that made it feel new. So I loved it. To your question, I am a variety streamer. I have been trying to find my place in the genre of games as to like, this is my primary type of game. And that primary type of game, I think is going to be, there's going to be I'm still going to be variety. So I will still have American Truck Simulator, power washing.
There's a little power washing.
Yeah, like it's one of those games where you hate it because it's so tedious, but at the same time
love it.
Yeah, when you're almost done and everything's super clean, it looks good. It feels like you accomplished something.
I clean more in Power Wash Simulator than I do in my own life. So if that tells you anything, but it's also monotonous to the point where you can focus. If you're an anxiety sufferer, you can focus on just that one little space of cleaning things. It can help you out. It's a good game. People have it underrated. It's a very good game. But yeah, so are you gonna slip more into the horror genre, because I've seen you play quite a bit of horror games.
I'm not. I don't think I'll be traversing too much into horror genre. That doesn't mean I won't play horror.
Mm-hmm.
But what I am going to be focusing a lot on is going to be Souls-likes, Metroidvania, platformer, roguelikes.
Nice. Speaking of roguelikes, are you a fan of Darkest Dungeon?
I haven't played that one yet.
Mm.
My current focus of the roguelike genre is Hades, Dead Cells.
Mm.
And then after that, I think it's Blasphemous.
I have a problem with platformers, so you can play all the platformers for me. I can't do them. I can't. Oh, they make my heart hurt.
They're uniquely challenging.
Yes, they are.
Welcome back.
It's really bad. So, yeah. I like to see it. I like to see progress in people's channels. When they start out, they're this person who's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to stream. I'll just stream this and go with it. And eventually it'll become easy and go, yeah, I'm gonna do this. But I'm excited to see all of the roguelike stuff coming through, because I am a big fan of Darkest Dungeon. Don't get me wrong, I can't freaking play it, and I always die. When I get level 7, I die. I don't know, my person gets whacked out, and they have all of these mental illnesses that they're a klepto, and they stab themselves and all that. It's disturbing. But still, I think you would enjoy it, the game, Rogue. But I can't do Souls games because I hate starting back at the beginning. It's frustrating, and I actually broke a controller. But more power to you. More power to you. Glad that you found your shelf.
I am definitely adding it to my list.
Darkest Dungeon is good. It's good. Favorite to use is the Plague Doctor. She likes to throw like blight and knives at people. Art styles fantastic. I like games with cool art styles like Dredge and Hades. Hades has an amazing art style, but Hades is an all-around amazing game because it has good story, it has good dialogue, good OCT in the background. It's just fun. It is a fun game if you like the super hack and slash and things like that. It's great. So I'm going off on a tangent, bro. I'm so sorry. I am so bad.
Good.
I am so bad at this podcasting thing because I go off on tangents. I just grab that bull and go. It's like bye, Pizzachan.
Absolutely not. You are amazing. And you're right. Hades is phenomenal. We were playing Hades yesterday. I actually got my first escape last night. And it's definitely, contrary to what it seems, there is a very high amount of customizability in the way that you play the game. Like you can do a range build, you could do a spell casting build, you can do a hack and slash, you can turn it into anime mode and go like Super Punch Man, and you can play at whatever speed you want to play.
I like that. I haven't actually played it myself, but I've seen lots of people play it. Everybody who has played it has given it phenomenal. So it's like, I gotta try it. My husband right now has dived in deep into the realm of Cult of the Lamb. So he's playing it right now. He's an evil cult leader. Everybody needs to have their hobbies. Anyway, so what is your favorite genre of game to play on stream?
To this day, it's actually been it's really been the roguelike platformer Metroidvania type games like Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is by far one of my top games that I can play over and over and over and over.
Hollow Knight has one of the best soundtracks ever.
It really does. And the combat in it is so good. Like It's hard to describe, but it's like when you first play it, it's going to be extremely frustrating because it's going to be so like hard. It's very precise. But once you get up and over that hill, the stuff you learn in that game, you can carry with you into other games. Like there's things that I learned in Hollow Knight that I carried with me into Death's Door, and then there's things that I learned in Death's Door that I carried with me into Hades. And you just learn like the whole thing, and at the end of the day, when you get to the very end of Hollow Knight and you look back at like all the bosses you accomplished and all the things you unlocked, and the percentage of the game and everything, you are gonna feel like proud. You're gonna be like, wow, I actually did all that. This game was rough. It took me 50-60 hours to get this far. And then the best thing is going to happen is like your mind is going to open up and you're going to actually understand like the lore and everything that goes with it. And then if you ever do a second playthrough, you're going to be like, why did I ever have a hard time fighting this boss the first time?
Like that. Have you played Little Nightmares?
I played the first one, but haven't done the second one yet.
I really enjoy that story and the art style of that game, but the platforming. I feel like I swallow a cinder block every time I play a platforming game. But I really want to play it, but every time I play it, I get so mad, so I have to watch other people play it. Which is awesome. Another reason why people watch streamers. They play games that they can't play, whether it's too scary, or the combat's too difficult, or they just generally just too lazy to actually go through a game. They can watch other streamers be tormented. It's great. I love it.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, I have my own set of streamers that I watch for games like that as well. And Little Nightmares it's so well made. It really is.
It led me to another game called Dark. It's similar in fashion, but it's like a total like Little Nightmare meets Tim Burton kind of game. It's got puzzles, all kinds of other weird stuff going on in it. It's really, really cool. I think you should check it out. I don't know if you like puzzler type of games, but it's really, really neat. Anyway,
I'm more than happy to take a look at it.
Yeah.
How do you spell it again?
EARQ. It's a very small. It's independent, and I really like the dev because he doesn't like the Epic Store. I have a personal hatred for the Epic Store, so I really like this dev, and he gets it. All the DLC for the game is free, which is really cool of him too. He's a really great guy. So anyway.
Oh, I remember this game.
Yeah?
I saw. Yeah. There's a streamer that I saw that played this game, and this game is This is like Little Nightmares, but with like super puzzles.
Yeah, super puzzles. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Very, very cool.
Definitely being added to my wish list.
Nice. I'll be excited to see you play that. All right, let's get to the meat. Let's talk about GTFO. So I still have to get to play with you guys. That doesn't sound right, but I'm gonna say it anyway. We need to get into the GTFO because me and my hubby tried to play this game. Oh my god, it is the scariest, hardest strategy game I have ever... Strategy horror, I guess, game. I was screaming and yelling. It's like, why do I keep dying? It's so hard. You really have to have a good team and a good strategy. Otherwise, you will die multiple times. So it's like, yes, we need people to play with. And you guys, you and the Tabby, go through it like, yawn. This is like Mario. I'm just going to go right through it. So how long have you been playing it, and where did you get all of your strats from? Did you just learn them? Or did you go on YouTube and check them out? I need to know. I need to know these things.
Okay, so origin story. My friend Grav comes up to me one day and he's like, "Hey, have you heard of GTFO?" And I'm like, no idea what GTFO is. And he's like, I think you're gonna like it. And by the way, here's the game. And he just gives me the game. So I jump in, and I think our first session is Grav, Shadow Fox, and Dark Seraph, and myself. And we go in, we're in the first level, and it wipes the floor with us every single time. We gave it like 3, 4, 5 attempts, and we just get wiped. Then after that, we didn't get to play for like 2 weeks, because scheduling conflicts, and Rundown 6 drops, which was when I would say I kind of officially started and learned. And we meet back up again. We start playing. Then in an attempt to troll Tabby, because Tabby usually at the time stayed super far away from what would seem like challenging games, I'm like, this would be a really good game. And then I just gift her the game. And lo and behold, it's a game that she hates and loves at the same time. And for good and for good reason. I mean, it is by far, it is not an easy game, and I will never ever say that it is an easy game, but it's an amazing game. Like the things you learn and like the skills and all that stuff, it is one of those games where it just teaches you and it transfers over to other games. As far as where I learned strategies and stuff, I have, let me see how many hours. I have 780 hours in GTFO.
Oh my god, you are a king. Oh wow.
I spent a long time doing things that no player should ever do in GTFO for the sake of practice and for the sake of like training.
I love that.
My training regimen of GTFO was, if you can solo the first level, then you will learn, like deeply learn, everything you need to learn to survive the next set of levels going forward. Because
basically this game is a 4-man team, correct? It's like a shooter where you are trapped in like a alien complex and you have to get out, but there's like all these aliens around that just rip you to shreds, so you have to go either up or down different levels to get out.
Well, you're half right.
Half right, okay.
It's not an alien complex. It is a human complex.
Oh, okay.
So it is a mining complex made by humans on Earth, located in the that big asteroid that killed the dinosaurs?
Mm-hmm.
They were mining down in that giant crater into the ground. It is like I don't know, like 1,800 meters, 2,000 meters underwater. Like the concrete walls of the complex, like if you were to break through the wall, you'd be in the ocean. You'd be in the Gulf of Mexico. And they're basically mining for a resource. While mining for the resource at the time, there's a lot of like research and development into like hypersleep and space travel and space warping. And they ended up going over to this other world, and they brought back like some sort of alien parasite, which started spreading around and combined with like this virus that would cause people to hallucinate. And then they turned into these creatures. So the creatures that you see are actual employees of the complex.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And your 4-man team that you are consistently with are 4 specific characters in the game, which are prisoners that are like ex-military, The name GTFO refers to the first letter identifying each prisoner. So prisoner G and 9426 is one prisoner. Prisoner T 7821 is a different prisoner. So that is what GTFO stands for. It's not get the F out. And then what you're doing is your prisoners are being controlled by an AI entity called the Warden, who is sending signals into your brainstem through like a device that's plugged directly into your brainstem, asking you to go and complete certain objectives and certain tasks for a reason that we haven't figured out yet, because the lore of this game is so deep and so good and so broad that it's like you're plugged into the Matrix working for Skynet and someone opened up a Stargate all at the same time. And we don't know if the Warden is just trying to regain control or what. Like we have no idea. We don't know. We don't know. The only thing we do know that we're stuck down there. This thing is telling us what to do. Everybody's dead. Most of the population on Earth is dead. And my suspicion is that it's using this whole like wormhole warping thing to create like an alternate dimension or travel back in time, to kind of like undo the present.
I didn't get that far. Like I said, we tried it with just 2 people, and we were just like, we were like a smear on the ground. It's like, what did I do? Oh my god! So you actually need a 4-man team of people that work together. Otherwise, you will be on the ground. So.
Yes, yeah, you do, because unlike Back 4 Blood, that has like difficulty settings, GTFO does not have a difficulty setting. The game's innate difficulty is centered around a 4-man team. The amount of enemies you fight is centered around the amount of firepower that you can dish out with a 4-man team. Playing with less people makes the game a lot harder.
Yeah, I can vouch for that.
Which is why I trained and practiced a lot in solo play without the AI bots, trying to just solo the first level of the game.
Master. So this game is perpetually on like nightmare mode.
yeah, it really is.
I like it. For the I want this major team to go in here and we're gonna go in and kick ass. Not, oh my god, why is it trying to eat my face? It's just so cool of a concept. I mean, the game, it's just the atmosphere. You're like, oh my god, you just want to hide. It's like, no, I don't want to do this game anymore. Why, they won't stop. It's so good though. It's so good. But I need to be carried like a backpack. So I think it would be fun to play.
It would totally be amazing to play. Like if we can ever get our schedules aligned again, and just you, me, Tabby, and your hubby, it would be so much fun.
It would be,
There'd be an insane amount of chaos, and we may not win, but that's okay.
As long as we have fun and the chaos will be real, because you can't have all of us in the same, well, except my hubby, he's kind of an introvert, but have all of these strangely aligned people together, because cute cuddly chaos will happen. It will happen. I love it. So what is your in your streaming career, I should say, I don't know if we can call it a career or hobby, but what would you say your favorite stream has been to date? One that sticks in your head right away, that you had the best time, or even though you sucked at a game, you had the best time and you got up and you're all high afterwards, because there is a streamer high. It is real, and it just drives you nuts afterwards. You're like, I have so much energy, I don't know what to do with. So what was your favorite stream to date?
I mean, would it be wrong to have more than one?
Yeah, no, you can have more than one. But what is the? We'll give you a top 3. Can you do a top 3?
I can do a top 3.
Okay.
I can definitely do a top 3.
Okay.
So very early on my streaming career, this is like about a month into my affiliation.
Mhm.
I did a 24-hour stream. Where I did Ori, and then I think after Ori, I switched over to Resident Evil 7. And then after Resident Evil 7 completion, I switched over to Hollow Knight. And like I did all that in 24 hours. It was a charity stream for diabetic research. And it was such an amazing like stream. Like aside from being half delirious from the lack of sleep, like chat was vibing. We were making all sorts of like content. I did maybe some of the best Ori gameplay I've ever done in my life. With said lack of sleep, and we blew our target for the donation for the charity like 2 or 3 times. Like we didn't even have a large target. Like it was just like, let's just do $500, and we hit that. And then we're like, okay, let's go for 1,000, and then we hit that. And then it's like, all right, let's go for 2,000, and then we just hit that. And it was just so awesome. Because like, well, my dad's diabetic, and a lot of his health problems come from diabetes.
Oh, yeah.
And I titled it the whole like charity stream. Like I titled it, like the campaign. It was titled "Insulin's Not a Cure; It's Life Support."
Yeah.
Because it's true. Like insulin doesn't fix anything. It's just buying you the time you need to live your life. So that was definitely my top. My second top would be this one time I'm playing GTFO with Tabby. We're doing duels, and we drop into this one level where we have no ammo. Like you don't start off with ammo. The only thing you have is your melee weapon. And the level's like that for about half of the level. Eventually you get to the armory and you're able to resupply, and then after that all hell breaks loose. And the only thing we have to our advantage fighting really big enemies is that we have a lot of like foam, so we can freeze them and stun them. And Tabby was not understanding any of the assignments at all when it came down to the things. In a good way. So there was just a disconnect in the plan. So I'm like, hey, we're gonna foam this one, and then we'll take out the other guy. So we'll stun this one and take out the other guy, and then we stun the one, and I'm taking out the other guy, and I'm like wondering why she's not hitting the other guy with me. And we made so much clips and content out of it. It was hilarious. Like it comes down later that it was just, I don't know, like it was just, we were just not on the same wavelength. And then like we would there's scouts that would they alert the entire room if you like wake them up or something. And there was just times where we would open the door and there was like the scout behavior was like the dude would just pop up onto the staircase, and all I heard was Tabby just yell and run like a bat out of hell away from a door. And it was a blast. Like we did not survive in any way, shape, or form. We did not survive that level. But I've never had like it's just one of those times where you just like I was just like laughing the entire time as to like what the hell's actually happening right now. This level.
I love it. I love it. Chaos is the best thing.
The third one happened in American Truck Simulator. Okay. Something that I didn't expect it to happen, but it happened. But me and Grav are doing a convoy. So we're just driving from. We installed the Alaska mod, and Alaska's not even part of the game, but we installed a mod to allow it.
Okay.
So we were driving down from Alaska, together across the Yukon territories of Canada, and into British Columbia, and he's ahead of me, because I had to stop for gas. So he drives ahead, and he gets to like this cinematic outcropping, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna stop here and do the cinematic sequence, because it's one of those things that you can collect in the game for the gallery of the game." So he stops for that, and then I'm catching up real quick, and I'm like, "Man, I'm going like 90. I'll be there in like 2 seconds," because I don't drive American Truck Simulator the way you're supposed to drive American Truck Simulator. Okay, you're not supposed to go 90. I go 90. I don't care. I do shoulder passing. I drive on the wrong lane. We don't stop for red lights. We don't stop for road work. We just bypass obstacles in the way, whether it's traffic or not. So I get to the thing, and I get to where he's at, and there's a turn, and he's like watching me, and he's like, "Oh, here's a car," and then here comes road, and the next thing you see is me driving off the road down into down a grassy ramp area into a forest, and then I somehow not flip my truck and somehow not lose control or crash, and I end up driving back up onto the road. In the meantime, this man is, yes, I do GTA and ATS. The meantime, this man is laughing so hard, and all I can hear is laughter, and I can't see. I can't see.
I love that.
From all the tears. There's a whole clip. We made a whole clip out of it.
I'm gonna have to go and find that clip. Yeah, me and driving don't get along. I can't do driving in games because I crash. So I played Far Cry 5, and when I was driving in Far Cry 5, I crashed into a tree and somehow set the forest on fire. So I'm no longer allowed to drive. So I love that. I love those kind of clips for streaming. You know, everybody has that one clip where they're like, "Oh man," it's great. It's great trolling material. I love that. I love hearing about stories.
And ultimately, those are my top 3. I mean, there's a lot more. There's a lot more chaos that happens in the joint co-op streams that occur over on the channel,
Your channel
between
is just,
Tabby and Grav.
Fun. You guys have this great camaraderie with each other, and that's what community is all about. You see this person that's like, yeah, you know, especially if you see somebody, if you saw somebody from your community out of the streaming context and you just scream their scream name, I bet you guys would crack up, because that's just the way it is. It's like, there's people that I've known from college that I still call them from like their RP name and not their real name. Because that's how I associate with them. So you're calling this person something else, and it besides their real name, and it just trips people out. But yeah, that's cool. I love it. Okay, so if you could add one thing to Twitch to improve its quality, what would it be?
I think the main thing that Twitch is lacking, amongst many things that it's lacking, is a way to bring some limelight over to the smaller channels and the communities. I mean, it does do that in certain ways, and I'm sure that they're working on something. Because if they don't, I'm pretty sure they're gonna fall really behind, like YouTube, and stuff like that. But like, if you ever go to the main page on Twitch, you're gonna have to scroll down a bit.
Yeah.
But if you scroll down about halfway down the main page on Twitch, there's this whole section that says small communities that we think you'll like. And everything that it recommends there is small channels. Like we're talking about 4 views, sometimes it's 2 views, sometimes it's 13. So I think that's really cool, but I feel like they should do a little bit more with that. I think maybe that should be closer to the top to bring a little bit more attention to the smaller communities and the smaller streamers, because at the end of the day, and I'm not taking away anything from partners, because partners got to where they got to by doing what they did, and they all do a fantastic job at it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the current system that Twitch uses, where it highly recommends all the big channels, I feel like it shouldn't put, like, I think affiliates should compete with other affiliates, and partners should compete with partners. I think it needs to get separated, kind of like a matchmaking system in a game.
Okay.
You know, like let XQC and Amaranth and you know, InSim and all these other dudes with like the thousands of views and compete with each other. Let them compete for viewership with each other. In the meantime, I think that those of us that have 10, 25, you know, 2 views should just like have our own little section where, you know, we get to meet new members that come into our community and they're like, hey, I saw you on my recommended page, and like, you know, and like, because like otherwise how are we supposed to, you know, like, how are we supposed to meet new people?
So what I like doing is because if you pick see, I've just found this out on Twitch because I don't usually pay attention to the sidebar at RI. I know where all my people are, and if they're streaming, I get notification and I immediately go there. But I see that there's a recommended list when you pick a certain streamer that this streamer actually watches. So I was like, oh, I will go and see what they're about. So now I've been like picking through those people too. It's like, oh, that's cool. But I do agree with you. I know a couple partners. They're very low key and chill. But some partners are very intense about being partners. It's like, okay, we got you. We know you worked hard to get up there, okay? Just don't rub it in my face. I'm the little streamer down here. I'm the little guy. And I like to hang out with my little guy friends, okay? But, you know, every once in a while, I'll pick up one of those people and go, oh my god, please tell me all about being a partner. But from what I hear, it's really not that different from being an affiliate. It just more steady paces to get there. Like, you have to have the 75 concurrent viewers to get up there. It's like, I can't keep more than like 15 people in my chat at a time, because either I'm too loud or I just bounce from topic to topic to topic. So it's like, okay, it's fine. I'll do my own thing down here. You do your thing up there, okay, God? It's fine. I'll go hang out with my cool peeps like Ro and Tabby, and you just do your thing up there. So I discovered podcasts the one time. I was like, oh, people should know about this streamer. And my first podcast ever was Lisa Prey. And I loved her topics because she has a variety of things she talks about while she slays things in Elden Ring. So I was like, oh my god, she's amazing. So I was like, we should do an interview, or you should do a talk show. And she's like, if you did a podcast, I would be on it. And that's what started this gigantic string. So now it's like, all of my favorite people, I'm just gonna blast them. I'm gonna send them out there so everybody should watch them, because they have these amazing qualities. Either they have super chill vibes, or cool gaming skills, or do amazing strats, or just cute and chaotic. So it's just like, I want to share. They should, it's like, please go watch them, because they're amazing. But you are absolutely right. Twitch needs to do the thing. I just ranted without breathing. Okay, I'm better now.
I'm grateful that you're doing the podcast, Lizzie, because I would not have met half of the streamers I have met without you.
Aw, see, that's all I care about, okay? Introducing my favorite people to my other favorite people. And it's like, especially if I see somebody that I introduce to somebody else in their chat, like a steady stream, and they start talking, it's like, yes! My goal is done! So it's like, I want this gigantic network of friends, all of these lower end streamers just chilling, doing the thing. You know what I mean? That's all. Just chill and have fun and do your thing. Don't get up there and worry about the. I know I'm saying don't worry about the numbers, but I know we're going to anyway. But you just chill and have fun. I worry too much about that. I make myself sick. But I found so many amazing people. So now I want to share them with the rest, the diamonds of Twitch. Sorry, everyone else. So I'm done ranting. I swear to God. I swear to God, I'm done ranting. But I just get so.
But you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. There's a lot of really, honestly, as much as I enjoy hanging out in some partner streams, because there are some really amazing community-centric partners out there
Yes,
that
there
I've
are.
met. You know, there's a lot, but as much as I enjoy it, I find myself often hanging out in the smaller communities, and I think it's just a matter of like the type of person that you are, and I think if you stay community centric, then I think your channel will do really good in the end. And if you are more money centric, then you know that's going to reflect, and you know sometimes people will stick around, sometimes they won't.
True, it's true. Also, I love the creativity in each person's stream. Their emotes, their layouts, their fonts, their audios, their little doodads, their sound effects, the things that they add to their stream. It's like, whoa, that's really cool. So I go in there and go, whoa, that's really cool. That's really cool. This is cool. You can marvel over their creativity. But I'm lazy. I'm lazy, honestly. It's like, just leave it for tomorrow. I'll leave it for tomorrow. I'll leave it for tomorrow. I am so lazy. When I finally got my mic set up where I didn't sound like I was either talking in the well or like swallowing the top of the mic, I was like, I am in a happy place. I don't have to do anything else to my stream. But that's not true. When you're a streamer, you have to constantly tweak and do things to keep your stuff fresh. Unless you are absolutely amazing and just fly by the seat of your pants that can just I can do this and everybody likes it. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those streamers, however. I have to monitor what I do, otherwise I can just talk about absolutely anything.
100%. Streaming is hard work. It's not easy. You can't just hit the go live button and expect things to work out. I mean, if it does, that's called luck. But either you're extremely lucky or you have an amazing amount of showmanship. But there is a lot of work that goes behind the scenes in the streaming world, in as podcasters, as like there's a lot of pressure and a lot of like mental health stress that occurs. That's like, you know, what do I do next for my channel? How do I grow it? You know, what type of content do I want to focus on? How do I brand? How do I want my platform to be?
The branding is finding your spot, you know, because there are so many streamers, so many under that variety tag. It's like, I gotta do something different. I gotta stand out. I gotta dance with my rats, or I gotta have really cute emotes, or I gotta be loud and crazy, or I've gotta do races and speed runs and do this and do the best. It's like, you gotta find your little box, and you gotta hold on to that box, because you know what? You got all these people down at the bottom waiting for their chance to crawl up that ladder and go, yes, I finally made it, haha! But it's going to take them a while because you got to find your niche and you can just go with it. You roll with that. But yes. It's like you envy the people that are just super chill and just do their streaming things. Like Ro, for instance, who has an amazing streamer who just does his thing and chill. And I love it and I admire it because I want to be chill, but I can't be chill, ever. I don't think I've ever been chill, ever.
I mean, if chill was a brand, I think I found it.
Yeah, you and Tabby got that on lock. Okay, you both are super chill. I love it.
But as far as I'm aware, I'm still working on my brand. I don't know what my type of gaming branding is. I honestly, I don't know. I just it's hard. I don't know what to do with my game because I don't like speed running, so I can't speed run. I can't just challenge run either. I need to, like, the only thing that's consistent in any of the games that I play about anything, whether it's a Souls game, whether it's Sekiro, whether it's Hades,
Mhm.
anything, even Resident Evil, is I need to kill all the enemies.
You just answered your own question. There's your challenge. Kill all enemies. It's actually a thing that I did in Resident Evil. I killed all the enemies. It's like I run this. It takes forever, but you can do it. Kill all challenges. Yes, that could be your brand. Ro now kills all enemies.
That's yeah. Honestly, that's literally what I do. Like, there's not a single time that I've played any Ori game or any Hollow Knight or anything where I didn't 100% the game.
See, there you go. Completionist. See, that's two things right there. See, you can be a challenge. You don't have to be a speedrunner because I can't be a speedrunner. I can't speed. I get too nervous and then I mess something up and I'll lose time and then I feel as if oh. But then I could do other things like the walk only challenge. Walk through a game. It's like, oh, seriously, things are behind you trying to stab and kill you. It's fine. No stress. It's good. So maybe that's your thing. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, maybe.
Cool. All right. We talked about that. So what's next for the Ro channel? Are you going to do more charity streams? Because I do enjoy those. They're really good for your channel. You're out there helping people and you're being generous. Helping a good cause like cancer or diabetes or disabled gamers, all of those. That's pretty cool. Are you interested in partner at all? I have to ask that question. So what do you think, Ro? What's next?
Partner, to me, partner, if it happens, it happens. I'm not like gonna push for it. I'd rather just have a good time with my community, and if for whatever reason at any point in time the channel just happens to grow that big, then it is what it is. If it stays small, then it stays small. It's okay. The best part about Twitch is that it's not just my community and my viewers. It's, there's a lot of connecting communities that go with it, like yours and Tabby's and Grabs and Shadow Foxes. And together, we're as large as any other partner.
True.
So that, to me, that's definitely like not really a focus. I would like to do more charity streams. I think the hardest part, it comes down with the timing and the scheduling with med school.
Yeah, you crazy.
The med school has its own challenges. And this is happening routinely now. Like, there's a point in time in almost every single semester where Twitch time just drops to an all-time low for like about a period of like a month. Now each semester for me is 3 months. Or 4, like 3.5 maybe. But it's essentially like for a whole month of every semester, there's really not a lot of gaming I can do. There's just way too many assignments, there's finals, there's midterms. And it just gets that bad. So I don't know if I have a lot of time for the charity aspect. I mean, granted, I could always just do like a short charity, but like for me, I don't know, like I like to do longer charities. I like to do something that's like a challenge, like as a way to like give back to the people that are there supporting. Like I want to do like maybe like a 16-hour stream or 12 hours or more. And I would like to schedule those in, and I'm probably going to be scheduling some of those in probably maybe in between semesters when I have more time. It hasn't happened yet, but it's definitely something that's in the books for upcoming changes. The most exciting change is the new focus of focusing on the Souls-like, roguelikes, Metroidvania platformers. So I will be still playing, my variety of games, but for the most part, now I have some sort of plan that I didn't have before. Because like before, I would like wake up. It's like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna play Resident Evil today, and then the next day, it's like, all right, I'm gonna play Power Washing Simulator, and then the next day, oh, I'm gonna play Sekiro, and it just, I would bounce around very broadly across different genres that have nothing to do with each other. And I think now there's still going to be the occasional Resident Evil gameplay or the Dead Space or the World of Warcraft. But mostly is going to start becoming, Dead Cells, Blasphemous, Rogue Legacy, Sekiro. That's where it's going to stay in that more similar topics of genres.
Like it. Like I always say, progress is progress, no matter how tiny. Like if you get up and brush your hair, that's progress. I hate brushing my hair. So any type of progress is progress. So you have just put another step into your channel. You're moving towards the future of being an awesome. I mean, you already are awesome, but more awesomest streamer. It's going down that train. Choo choo. It's good. It's good. I like it.
One step at a time.
One step at a time with really big shoes. All right, so we did that. Next for your channel. 5 tips for noob. I didn't say tits. I said tips for new streamers.
5 tips for noob streamers.
Yep.
So this one's a little bit challenging for me because I have to remember all the stuff that I worked on. Let's see, because I don't have the most extravagant setup. Okay, I really don't. So tip number 1: use OBS Studio. Don't use Streamlabs.
I use Streamlabs.
The reason for
because
that,
I'm lazy.
There's nothing wrong with Streamlabs. They will get the job done just the same as OBS Studio. The reason I recommend using OBS Studio more is it allows you to do a little bit more.
It has more versatility to it.
Yes, and it uses up like 40% less computer resources.
Yes. Oh my god.
So it will make things run a little smoother. So that's my number 1 tip, is to just use OBS Studio. It's not hard to set up. It's very, very straightforward. There's tons of videos that you can look up. And if you need any help, there's tons of people within our communities that do know how to help you set it up. Tip number 2, you don't need a $500 microphone.
Yes.
You really don't.
Yeah.
My microphone's $40.
$40 sounds good.
You don't need a $500 microphone. There's a lot of things that you can use to clean up your microphone within OBS Studio, but also within the other softwares that you can use as well. Like, for example, like one of my main things that I like to use is a software called NVIDIA Broadcast. And it works in the background. It works using your video card, and it helps clean up your mic by like noise reduction. Like I can clap my hands next to the microphone, you won't hear it. And it helps a lot. It really does. So you don't need a fancy smancy microphone. You can do it with a $20 microphone, a $40 microphone. It doesn't matter. You can really clean things up. There's a lot of videos out there that help a lot. Let's see. Tip number 3. You also don't really need a green screen. If you want to be on camera, you don't really need a green screen. I don't have one. And Lizzie, you've been in my channel.
Mm-hmm.
I promise you, I don't have a single green screen. Like, I don't have a physical one. I have a virtual one that I made. Well, Tabby made it, with the right type of color, because I couldn't figure out which is the type of green that I need. But I figured out that I could do what I do with it through the NVIDIA broadcast program. And basically I have a background replacement. So my camera captures my background, replaces the background, the software replaces the background with the bright like lime green color, and then I carry that over to OBS, right? And then I chroma key it in as if it was a green screen, and it works. It works flawlessly. And it's really great for people who don't have a setup that, maybe they don't have a lot of room, so they can't have a green screen, or maybe they don't have a lot of money and they can't buy a green screen either. So it works really good. If you are one of those people where you want to have that green screen effect and you can't have a green screen and you want to not showcase the area behind you, maybe there's, I don't know, like you have like a bunch of books or a giant bookshelf or a mess, or it doesn't matter. You don't have to. So you also don't need to be a camera person. This is my tip number 4. You don't need to be a camera person. There are millions of fantastic streamers out there that are not camera people. You don't need a PNG or I forgot what the VTuber. You don't need to do any of that either. There's one of like the most inspirational streamers that you can ever meet, Saravium.
Sarah.
She is not a cam streamer, like she made partner and did everything that she did and put in an amazing amount of work into her channel. And for the longest time, it was just a voice behind the behind the gameplay.
Amazing voice. She's one of the streamers that I admire the most.
So you really don't need.
You don't need to.
Yeah, you don't need anything. Like, you don't need to be a camera streamer. Anybody that tells you that you need to be a camera streamer, it's not true. Don't listen to it. And tip number 5 is have fun. Okay? Like, Twitch streaming is not about being the number 1 hitless challenge runner, hardcore bloodlust gamer ever. Have fun with it.
I love the bloodlust gamer. I love that so much.
like
Trademark.
Like Twitch is about having fun and talking to people.
It is.
It's not about the how to be number 1 god gamer. Okay, if you want to look for how to be number 1 god gamer, it's called YouTube.
Yeah. There are some amazingly skilled streamers out there that can speedrun like Matt RPD, Sneevil, and all of them. They just go buzz and buzz right through that game. It's like, yeah, I'm over here just staring in awe at the architecture in the game, or staring at the main character's biceps. We're not going to talk about that right now. But still, see, everybody has their own thing, and I'm on the same floor with you, Ro. I want the community. I want to have fun with the peeps. Why does that sound really weird when I say it? I'm so strange. I'm just going to be quiet now.
No. But you're right, though. It's look, fun is very subjective, right? People have fun in their own ways. Mm-hmm. Some people enjoy speed running and then starting over and starting over and starting over. I have a friend, Dell. He has fun restarting Valheim for like the 500th and 60th time, and just starting from scratch. That's his thing. He likes building things. Like everybody has fun in their own ways, and you don't have to have fun the way that other people tell you to have fun. Play what you want to play, how you want to play it, and just enjoy the game and enjoy your community and enjoy the people in your channel that are talking to you, saying whatever it is that they're saying.
Not in a cannibalistic way. Do not enjoy your community as a cannibal.
Unless you're playing the forest, then enjoy the cannibals.
Yes, and definitely eat a leg. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. I had something really interesting to say, but I totally lost it again. Brain just won't go away. So now I'm back with the fuzz brain again. I can't help myself. I don't even know why. Why am I a streamer? I forget what I'm gonna say before I even say it.
I mean, this is not how to stream. Have I been doing it wrong also?
No, you are a streamer. You're good at games, and you can actually remember what you're saying half the time, and I don't. But it's okay. Apparently, it's part of my charm that I derp at least 4 to 5 times a stream. It's like, what am I doing?
I think you've missed the parts of my stream where I'm also derped, and I also don't know where I'm going.
Maybe I have. Yeah, I'm a super lurker, so I'll come in, I'll say hi to people, and then I'll sit and listen to the stream while I'm working on my stream. Hey, you're biased. Wateroo is actually my big sister, so she's biased. She loves me because she has to. But anyway, but I'll sit and I'll listen to people stream and go, wow, this person's cool. Yeah, I derp at least 4 or 5 times. I haven't heard you derp in the stream. Ever.
I promise that I do. And sometimes I say things that are just nonsensical.
Nonsense. Listen to him whipping these words out like, ooh, I'm a smarty pants. Nonsensical. I love that word. I totally forgot what I was going to say again. Do this to myself.
Listen, there was a point in time, and I was playing Dark Souls 3, and I was fighting, I think not the last boss of the game, because the last boss is always the same, but one of the harder optional bosses. And I died maybe 93 times in a row fighting this boss.
93? Wow.
Okay. And at the end of the day, it sent, like in this head bashing approach that I was undergoing trying to kill this boss. It kind of just felt like that one song. If you ever John Mellencamp's Jack and Diane. But there's a version of the song that's not Jack and Diane, and it starts off with Jack and Diane, and it has the beat of Jack and Diane, but all the lyrics are sucking on a chili dog.
No, I can't picture that, but I'll take your word for it.
Well, in the lyrics of the original song, there's a part that says "sucking on a chili dog." But the song starts off, and it's the first 10-15 seconds of the song with little ditty Jack and Diane.
Yeah.
And then it gets to the "sucking on a chili dog," and then it just stays on "sucking on a chili dog" for the rest of the song.
Interesting.
And that's honestly what it felt like. And I think at one point during my 93 deaths, I literally started just saying "sucking on a chili dog." Second on, chili dog. That's just what's going through my head.
Oh my god, I love that. You are a gem. And also, my sister is now going to stalk you, so be careful. Wateroo is my sister, so if she just followed you, she's gonna stalk you now because she thinks you're a smarty pants. So, so yes, we're just sharing the love in this channel, aren't we? All right, yes. Tips for new streamers. Yeah, just follow everything that Ro just said, and you'll be fine. Because you gotta have fun. And remember, if you're playing a game that you hate, the chat will know. Your vibe will be off and you won't be excited about it, and they'll know. They'll feel it and be down too. You don't want to bring your chat down like that. Always play something that you love, even if you've played it 4,000 times on your channel. Play it again! They'll still come back. Trust me. Trust me, they'll come back.
It's true. It's true. Your viewers, I mean, I wholeheartedly believe that your viewers are there for you, not the game. Like the game is just a bonus. It's just something that they will enjoy. But there's tons of people that I know that are huge inspirations to me who they'll have massive tech issues, or things are not working, or the game isn't fun, and chat's not really enjoying the game. But at the end of the day, the same messages pop up in chat. Hey, we're here for you. We're not here for this game. We love you. We don't care about the game.
Right.
You could just do a just chatting stream and I'll still be here, And that's what it comes down to it.
Love it. The loyalty is what you're talking about. Those people that make your heart warm when they're in your chat before you even come on the screen. Those people, the first comes that just slam their fist down on the text that says first. Those people, I love those people. They cure my anxiety. Like, no one's going to show up. No one's going to show up. Because it's still there. Even after 3 years of streaming, it's still there. It's like, and that first person shows up. Jack, yes, I'm looking at you. Jack is usually the first person in my stream besides SiriBot. But SiriBot protects me from bad rain. So, but Jack is always in there. And I can't thank him enough for it. That first person that jumps into your stream. Yes. Yes, thank you. So you have a community like that.
100%. And I feel the same way. Like, whenever I hit the just live button and I see, like the same consistent people pop in, it that makes my day.
It does, right?
Like as soon as like Tabby pops in, or Gal, or Del, or Grav.
I mean, how can you not be happy if Tabby popped in?
Yeah, like it just that makes my day. That's just like that right there is okay. Stream accomplishment, like challenge done, like mission accomplished. Like we're good. We're already starting.
You've got your framework. You got your regulars that come in. Then if you get new people, that's even more exciting. It's like, hi, how are you? Welcome to my madness. It's great. It's so good, and it gets you high. It's always all the positiveness and the good vibes. It gets you high. Then after the stream, you feel like you can conquer the world. Then realize, oh shit, I'm back in reality.
Yeah.
That's why streaming is like a drug.
I agree wholeheartedly, and at the end of the day, if you hanging out with me in my channel, if at the end of the day you had a couple of laughs and some good vibes, then my job is done. That's what I want. That's what I do. That's why I pick the music that I pick, and I have the crazy random memes that I have, and the random comments that I make throughout gameplay, and weird things that I do, and the cheesing of bosses that I do, and the
cheesing
other
of
nonsense
bosses.
and all the nonsense that comes along with it. And it's like, if you have at any given point did a chuckle, a smile, and had a brief moment of like awesomeness and positivity, then you are done. Like I'm done. Like I'm done. Like I did my job as a streamer. I was able to introduce positivity into your day.
I love it. I love all that. All right, so Ro, we're on the last question, which is my super off the wall question. Has nothing to do with streaming, but it's just my weird curiosity because I have a writer brain, and writers tend to want to dig into people's psyches. So if you could go visit anywhere in the world, where would that be and why?
Okay, so this may or may not be something that you expect, but if I can go anywhere in the world, I would want to I want to end up somewhere that is so unique in its own way that the only place I can think of that's like that is Iceland.
Hmm. Cool.
The reason for that is, I mean, it's the land of ice and fire, and there's a show, and I'm gonna recommend this, because it really gives you like a really cool, like, fun fact. Like, hey, I didn't know that they did this over there. But it's called Down to Earth. It's on Netflix for those of you that have it. And it has like Zac Efron, and he travels around. Okay. And he just shows you what it's like to live in certain places. But like Iceland is so unique and it's so pristine that it's one of those places that I can find myself just walking around and just exploring the land and just like hiking around in it. Like you'll have ice next to a hot spring, and the stuff that they do in the country to help the country, they harness geothermal energy. So they get their energy like from all the lava and the volcanic activity and everything, and they also reuse a lot of it as well, because like it's supposed to like produce like some sort of like carbon emissions and stuff like that, not as much as like other things, but instead of releasing it into the atmosphere, they have a whole system where they inject all those waste products and carbon emissions down back into the lava for it to just burn up down there. And they use a lot of that heat energy. Like there's a whole village where everybody has a heated driveway that's powered by that energy. They have like hot springs which they use to cook their food instead of like using up anything else. Like they'll just like dig a hole and there's boiling water in the sand, and then they'll just like put a pot, and inside the pot will be whatever they're cooking, and they'll just like leave the pot there in the boiling water and then just like bury it and come back like an hour later and it's like slow cooked, ready to go.
Pretty cool.
And that to me is where I would want to go explore. That's like my number one immediate place that I would ever want to go to.
I want to go to New Zealand because I want to see a kiwi, for one. And two, I want to visit Hobbiton. I want to see a kiwi. They're the most amazing little weird birds ever. And I like animals, so I'd like that. But that's really cool.
And New Zealand's very beautiful.
It is.
From what I hear.
It is. So they like to film lots of things there. So I want to go and experience things, but that means I actually have to leave my house in the safety of my command center, from which I watch all of the YouTubes and streams from. So, but yes, I would love to see all of that and the grandeur, and take pictures and like have a picnic and watch the kiwis. You know, bucket list. All right, so we've reached the end of the interview / podcast / chaotic, whatever this was. I thank you, Ro, for joining me. You were an amazing bean, and I love you a lot.
No, you.
Guys, if you don't follow Ro, why not? Indeed, go follow him right now. He plays amazing things. He plays for a really long time, which means you can hang out with him for a really long time. It's really, really cool. So, but yeah, thank you, Ro. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Yay! You made my Sunday.
No, Lizzie, love you. Thank you so much for the invite, for being here, for hanging out, for the chance to introduce new ideas, and for such a wonderful community. It's always fun to see you go live. I literally save all my points exclusively just to make you stream 1 hour longer.
I know you do. You always do. It's like, please don't go. But the problem is when I stream, I kind of expel most of my energy in the first 2 hours. And then I'm kind of dying in the chair like a husk for the rest of the time. So I gotta stop doing that. I gotta maintain a low hype. Otherwise I'm going to die at an early age. But I appreciate that. You're amazing. All right, Ro, you can hop off if you want to. I'm pretty sure you probably want to go and have some a snack or something, right? Yep.
A little bit of lunch, yeah.
A little bit of lunch. All right. So thank you so much, and I'll talk to you later. Okay.
Thank you, Lizzie.
Goodbye. Love you.
Love you.
Now, wasn't that a good podcast? Yes. Thank you all for being here and listening. Oh, I love you too, Vic. I love you, Vic. So, yeah, that was so good. I love Ro. Like I said, go follow him right now because he is an amazing streamer. I don't lie. Our next guest will be. Oh, it's going to be Phoenix. Oh, Phoenix! I'm so excited. The Ascended Phoenix. He is the music man for Pizzachan. He makes all these amazing tracks. He's gonna be on the 21st. So, the 21st, and then we're gonna see Kapow. Kapow hasn't been streaming because of, definitely like life in general. But he will be back for the podcast on Wednesday the 31st. So those are the last two streams for May. Very excited about that. Yes, Phoenix! Phoenix is an amazing person. I love him so much. He's so smart. He's got a great wit, and he's so talented. Oh my god, this man needs to make music like for a living because he's so awesome. Yep, he's gonna be on, so you don't want to miss that. No stream on Wednesday this week. I have a doctor's appointment, and on the 13th we're going to do Maligo's Game Redeem. He requested Little Misfortune, so we're going to be playing that Saturday morning. And Sunday I have no idea. And then the 17th, also no stream because I have to go to the doctor's and take the rat to the vet. And then the 20th will be the amazing race of lunatics between me and Grey TTV. We're going to race Resident Evil 2 Remake, and we will see who will be the winner. So yes, all good things coming this month, so be prepared for great and awesome. Thank you guys, and let me see if I can find someone to raid and send you off to. Oh my god, everybody that's in my list is playing Resident Evil. Imagine that. Thank you, Nana, for always being here. I love you. Thank you, Grab, for the good vibes. I love you, buddy. Anyway, let's see who we can raid. Who did we raid last time? We raised Root and Gray and Quasi. Shall we raid? Who shall we raid? Let's raid Matt. Matt RPD. Matt. He's playing Resident Evil 4. He's playing the OG, I think. Yeah, he's playing the OG Resident Evil 4. We're gonna go say hi to Matt because Matt's amazing. Speedrunner, and he's so freaking funny. So we're gonna go raid him. Look, everybody, guys, thank you for being here today. I love you so much. Remember to be careful, get some rest. Self-care is important. Go get a massage, pet your cat, play Power Wash Simulator, whatever you need to do. But remember, eat that pizza and have a piece of cake because somewhere it's somebody's birthday. I love you. Bye-bye.
Get them back for me, dude. Execution, get them for me.
Incoming!
Get them for me.